maple syrup and beavers. Take that shit and throw it out the window, because we're about to redefine Canadian radio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hotzcast.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Castle. I'm here with Brian Pico and Canadian superstar Kenny Hotz.
At 16 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that we're number one, or that you're a superstar?
No, I haven't been, I haven't missed it, or none of us have been sick, or, it's just fucking holy shit. 16 weeks in a row is crazy.
It doesn't make sense.
What
it's
a
weird.
run. What a run.
We didn't even think we'd do it more than once.
It was a larf. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how long this is going to last.
Did you say larf?
Yeah, a larf.
Did you mean lark?
No, a larf. A larf is
It's not a word.
fucking Google it. It is a word. It's Celtic for laugh.
No, it's a combination between lark and laugh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm Googling it as we speak.
Yeah, it's a larf. Anyways, okay. Well, this is someone who tried out for student council.
What a loser.
Try out. You don't try out. You get elected, and some people win.
Yeah, both of you. First of all, let me say this: these guys actually tried out. They were both tried out for student council.
You don't say tried out.
Whatever. They both wanted to work more in school. It's the stupidest shit
I didn't
ever.
want to work more. I did it for
I want
fun.
to be. Don't worry, we're gonna get some more chocolate milk in the cafeteria for you guys.
I didn't do anything.
And we need a Kit Kat. There's no more Kit Kats in the vending machine. Like that is a. I hate volunteering. And listen, I'm not saying that there's leopards out there that need their stumps polished or whatever the fuck you people do.
Lepers or leopards? I thought you said
Both,
leopards.
both leopards and leopards. Actually, usually lepers and leopards come from the same place.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying I don't volunteer.
I know.
Okay.
I don't think that's admirable.
Okay, well, whatever. And I don't volunteer in school. The only thing school was for me was a place to sell drugs to kids.
Right on.
A place to sell drugs to kids and spout my pro-Zionistic rhetoric.
Right on. Build that temple, man.
Yeah.
Well, just even follow up from last week, people have been bugging me about my son, who maybe I thought at the time couldn't understand that he peed in someone's apple juice.
No, go ahead. No one cares about this.
What I think is funny is that the call was my son didn't do anything.
Why don't you? If you're going to talk about this, don't just reiterate.
All right, my son. I got a phone call from my son and the principal.
I hope you like conclusions to a hilarious story.
Yeah.
It's
this
not
is
a
really
funny story.
Okay,
it's
then why are
not.
you
I'm not
telling
saying
them?
it to be funny because it's interesting that the phone call was that my son didn't do anything. They talked about peeing in drinks, and I got a phone call for that. And I just thought it would be interesting. When I hear your stories of when you were in school, imagine the amount of phone calls you would have gotten if it was today.
My stories when I were in school, Danny, the fat janitor, washed up on the shore of Lake Ontario, and they went through all the kids' pockets to see if anyone had stolen anything from his locker. They lined us all up like fucking...
Danny's dead?
Yeah, Danny was dead.
What?
And first of all, there's a whole other shit. Listen, I don't even want to talk about the shit that went down in school because I don't know what can they can arrest you after a certain amount of years or something.
Amnesty.
No, it's some other word, but
Double jeopardy.
no. Go tell your stories, and I'll think of the word.
I don't know. Just listen. It's not good. Some of the shit that happened. I used to vandalize schools. I used to steal shit. I hurt people. I broke stuff, and I feel sorry for it.
Did you even get phone calls for that?
They used to call my parents. My parents were they were clueless. We had no rules when I was a kid. I could stay out till 3 a.m. when I was 5 years old. My brother and I used to go down to Yonge Street, which looked like New Orleans on acid back in the 70s. And we had no rules. We were never grounded. We did insane shit. I would smash something. My parents would go clean it up. I had no chores. No nothing. Right?
Yeah, you didn't have
okay,
anything.
and what about you? What were your parents like?
They were the opposite. I had a lot of responsibilities that I had to do.
They were assholes.
Well, they were much stricter than your parents.
They were total assholes.
The worst thing that could happen to me is I'd get a phone call from school, which would happen from time to time, and that was not good.
I'm just guessing here, but I'm sure like one day you had 104 fever and you were almost about to die, and your mother's making you go to school.
Yeah.
Do you know, my mother said, I used to go, Mom, I don't want to go to school. She's like, so stay home. She didn't even care. She knew how stupid fucking homework is. And let me tell you something. I'll give you a little lesson in life. Do you remember in grade 5, you had this math test, and it was the most important test you've ever had in your life? You stayed up for a week studying for this test. Do you remember that test? No, you don't remember it because it means fucking nothing. Even though it meant something to you then, it means nothing now. And most of the things in your life that you worry about are useless.
Yeah.
And stupid and obsolete and disappear. And like your shitty fucking parents who booted you out of your house when you were a teenager, your disgusting parents who were so fucking gross.
You hate my parents.
I hate your parents.
I don't hate
hate
your parents, but
fucking assholes.
They weren't that. They didn't beat me. By the way, the word was statute of limitations is what we were thinking.
Listen,
before.
your parents.
Oh my
your
God.
parents.
I had to get it.
Who cares?
Your parents. Your brother used to beat the shit out of you. Your parents were extremely mean
your brother
to
used
you.
to beat the shit out of you. My
Yeah,
brother and I, we
beat-
used to
my
fight
brother
each
beat
other.
me up, yeah.
I was more evenly matched.
I was bullied by my brother.
Yeah. No, my brother was angry, and
But my parents
I
weren't
was stronger
fucking
than him.
assholes. Your parents were fucking assholes.
No, they just had these ideas of morals and things that are right and wrong, and wanted us to do those things.
Jeff, you're a student council president?
Yeah.
Okay, back to
what were you?
student
Were you
council.
student council president?
No, I was not.
Vice? What were you? Secretary?
I was vice president.
I was valedictorian.
Nobody
That is
asked
so
you.
lame.
What
Who
else were you?
cares? I failed every grade. Okay, I went one. I was in grade 11. I was in grade 11, and the principal called me into the office, and I had straight Fs. And she said, "Kenny, you're selling drugs, and we know you're on drugs." And I said, "Whoa, I'm not selling fucking drugs, and I'm not on drugs, even though I was wasted." And she goes, "Yeah, you were, and we're going to fucking prove it." So she goes in, the secretary comes in, the principal comes out with a report card from grade 3 that I had from Hebrew school. And she goes, "Oh, yeah? Check this out." And she opens it and it was all straight Fs. And she's like, because she was trying to prove that, oh, I used to be a good student and now I'm a bad student, whereas I just said, I've had straight Fs my entire life. And she goes, "What do you think the problem is? Motivation?"
What was it? What did you say?
Stoned on
I
weed.
said, "I don't know. Yeah, I guess so." Now, fuck off.
Everyone, they tried to help you.
Fuck off
It
and
didn't
quit
work.
acting like Jeff's mom.
Yeah. Weed does
Jeff's
not motivate
shitty
you. What do
mom.
you think?
I think
Yeah,
that.
and look, and now I'm probably doing better than that shitty teacher. My brother, who was a total fucking vandal shit disturber, is a doctor.
Did he get Fs or did he at least do well in school?
He did shit. He did shit until grade 6, where they booted him out, and then he turned into this crying baby and left me in Vandalland.
Such a sweet guy. I can't
figured
even
it
imagine
out.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he switched. But anyway, I think we talked about
Yeah,
this.
but tell him about your dad and your 8th birthday.
No, when I was 8 years old.
Yeah. What,
No,
what-
I said my parents were so nice. They were the nicest people in the world. My dad was a little like Jeff, except he was cool. He never took a drink, never smoked, never did anything of that like that. And then I think I was like 7 years old or 8 years old. He was so fucking clueless, though. On my birthday party, it was me and like my class, and he took us all to a movie, and he took us to this French porno movie or something. And it was called A Slightly Pregnant Man. And it was in some weird art house European theater on Yonge Street. I swear there was like a sex theater. That's how fucking stupid my dad was. And the guy comes out and he goes, "What are you doing? You can't take these kids here." It's like, first of all, the movie's in French. And then it's about a pregnant man. It's like, I don't know, like Truffaut or something. Who the fuck knows what
Junior.
the hell it was.
It's called Junior.
And later was called Junior.
Yeah,
and
remake.
then he ended up taking us to Santa Claus in space. But whatever.
Yeah, I think your parents are a little out of touch, and I don't think that's necessarily the
My
model.
parents
but
both
you,
came from play. My mom was raised on a kibbutz. My dad was raised in, I don't know, like a shtetl in Riga. Both places where you could run around freely and nobody was, nobody raped you or attacked you.
Nobody wants to
So when
kidnap
we got
those
to
kids.
Toronto, which was full of derelicts and fucking drunken, Lysol drinking glue sniffers, even in the 70s we used to go downtown. No, they never knew. They were clueless, but whatever. You know what? Everybody's responsible for their own shit in their own fucking life.
People are always asking, when are you going to have kids? Why don't you have kids?
Kenny, when are you going to have kids? When do you have kids?
What do you have to say to those
First
people?
of all, I've had kids, and I wave at them every year on Father's Day at the city dump.
Aw.
I whip Jolly Ranchers at them. I just drive
So
past
nice.
a dump and whip Jolly Ranchers at all the abortions I've had.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Papa here.
Don't you think you'd be a good dad? Are you worried that you feel like you're the authority on parenting, according to?
I think
family.
I would be a very good dad. I'm worried about a few things. I'm worried that I even give a shit because I'm so ADD now, and my brain is starting to resemble Swiss cheese. I think I have MS. What is?
I think you got the wrong thing.
You got a lot of things.
What's
MS
his name?
is Michael J. Fox.
Shaky J. Fox have.
He has MS, but doesn't affect his brain or Parkinson's. It's in the same family.
Hey, do you know Michael J. Fox just joined the Wiggles?
It's
I was
so
going to go
old
see
for
them
two
in
different
concert.
reasons.
Wiggles don't even exist anymore.
They don't?
No.
No, that's a very, very old joke.
They cut that joke on Kenny vs. Penny like 7 times. I kept
Why?
trying to make that joke
Why would they do that?
because he's Canadian.
That's the only reason.
And what were we talking about? See, that's why I have MS, because I can't. Oh, that's what we're talking
Kids,
about.
you and kids.
You don't have
You're-
MS.
I would like to have kids. I don't know. I'm very selfish. My dad died poor, and I don't want to have to go back to work.
Wasn't
I don't want to
really
be
poor,
a Walmart fucking greeter, so that I could go, have kids. And then I'm just so tired. I'm exhausted. I'm falling asleep all the time. I'm napping now for the first fucking time. It's crazy. It's my birthday. It's my birthday this week.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ken.
May 3rd, one of the 3 days that they say Satan can be born on in the book of Revelations, the 3rd
Holy
of May. And it is a birthday that I share with Golda Meir.
Oh,
Google
isn't that
it.
wonderful?
Hey, do you know what Moshe Dayan said to Golda Meir?
No.
He said, "Hey, Golda." And she said, "What?" And he said, "Hey, Golda." And she said, "What? I can't hear you. I got Golda Meir."
That's awful.
Too many references. Not a clue what you just said.
Rated Entebbe, bro.
Okay, I'll Google
Do you know
all this.
Benjamin Netanyahu's brother was the only soldier that died at the raid of Entebbe?
People probably don't even know
What
what that is.
language are you speaking?
You don't know what the rate of Entebbe is?
No.
Of course you don't.
Raid on Entebbe? Is that what you said?
Oh, it's an amazing
Idi Amin,
story.
bro.
Hostages
Idi really
were
mean.
rescued by the Israeli.
Okay, anyways, let's go.
Whoa,
Let's
it
move
took-
on. We're
what?
moving on.
8 minutes in, Israeli was said. Good for you, Jeff.
Yeah, let's see. Let's
he
do a
said
show where
it.
he
He was
doesn't
doing
say
Golda
Israel.
Meir. Me, you did that.
No, I'd say I said Golda Meir. I didn't say Israel.
Then you talked about
Anyways,
3.
You know, some
Israeli prime
Saudi
ministers.
Arabian. Tell the Saudi Arabian airplane story with a stewardess.
Okay.
This is the difference between people are. First of all, people. Back to what you said. People
Yeah.
are shitting on me because I said, "Oh, life is a game of risk," and I put out this little viral video.
You went on a rant.
I went on a rant.
You sent it to some friends.
saying, "Oh, you know what? Better us than them." Everyone's whining that we're in Iraq. Well, they rape kids there and all this shit. They're dicks, so why not go in there and fucking crush the place? And then everyone freaked out. All my hippie friends. One of my friends is
You
like
had a friend
this
send you quite
famous
the letter.
actor, and he's like, "I can't be friends with you anymore." Is this you? Are you trying to be a shock jock? I haven't even heard the word shock jock in 20 years. And I was just like, look, I'm dicking around, I'm saying shit. Who the fuck cares?
Just
like,
words.
really?
But
Yeah.
you do mean it. You like to say, "Oh, I didn't really mean it," because you don't want to upset
Well,
anyone.
I
But
don't
it's-
think we should take over every country in the world.
you're not literal.
But if the people there are fucking starving, like if we're going to be seen as liberators and we're going to be saving children and people's lives, if the head of the country is gang raping children and shooting everybody in the fucking head, yeah, we should go in there and take it. Why the fuck not?
Like Rambo.
Yeah.
So everyone's screaming at me like, people are so fucked up.
Well, the thing is, listen, America does bad things. They're not perfect. But I can't understand how people just put them not only on the same level as some other countries, but even think that they're worse. Anyway, in Saudi Arabia, a guy, just a passenger on a flight, insisted that a stewardess be removed because she wasn't being chaperoned by
She wasn't
a male
accompanied by
relative.
her family.
Yeah, it's like this doesn't
Who's that
happen in
woman
America.
with? Nobody?
Yeah,
Get her out.
Get her off.
Yeah.
Insistent upon it. That's Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia.
Basically, just
Airlines or something.
just get the guys off the plane. Yeah, I just want. It's like, can you imagine being on an airplane and saying, "Get rid of the stewardesses"? That's the only reason I go on an airplane.
Or how inconvenient would that be if that was her job, but she had to have a male relative with her at all times?
Do you know
just
what-
give the job to a
Gotta
male
think ahead.
relative.
Do you know what the difference between a stewardess and a bowling ball is?
What?
You can only fit 3 fingers in a bowling ball.
These are awful.
True dat, bro.
Oh, really?
You're very
You
funny.
get your
I don't know why
fucking
you do
jokes off
these.
Dixie cups.
I like that one.
This is another one of his.
You don't even remember Dixie cups.
Are you talking to me? Of
Yeah.
course I remember Dixie Cups. They had a joke on them. They were about as bad as the one that you just said.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
You laugh at Bazooka
Well,
Joe
then why is it
comments.
called the Kenny Hotz radio show and not my
Listen, you're very
mom's a
funny.
fucking
That's not your
my
best.
mom and dad are fucking asshole radio shows. Why didn't your dad ever protect you?
I love the way I have to
Doesn't your
defend
brother
my-
hate? Doesn't your brother hate your parents?
He has anger
doesn't
issues.
he?
And why? Because they're fucking assholes.
They did some things that they didn't. That he didn't.
They booted
wasn't
you
happy
out
with.
of the house. They were totally anal. You were an incredible student. You were
Well,
totally.
no, I'm
you were
very.
re- you
I
were
did
ve-
well in. I didn't hand anything in. I didn't
You
do any
did
work.
very well at school.
Valedictorian, president of the student
Valedictorian.
They didn't care.
and they didn't fucking care. They always wanted more and more from you. They're fucking parasites.
I'll tell
They're
you
like
a story
the
you'll
shit
love.
on the bottom of Astral yogurt.
When my brother was about 10 years old or 9 years old, he got hit by a car and had a concussion. He got
Heads up.
head thrown in the air, landed on his head.
Yep, that was him. Sorry.
He had a concussion, and he's in the hospital. And my parents say, "Is there anything we can do for you, Brian?" He says, "Just one thing."
Your brother's name was Brian?
Yeah, just
Cool.
like you.
Cool guy.
And he said, "Is there anything we can do?" My brother said, "Just one thing. I don't want to go to Hebrew school tomorrow." And my mom said, "We'll see. We'll see."
What a bitch.
See, what's wrong with that? That's nice.
They were a little,
What a bitch.
she was a little strict about those
And they
things.
sent you to the worst fucking camp in the world.
Oh,
They
God,
were
thanks.
fucking assholes.
Jew camp?
They didn't mean to,
Did
I
they
think.
kick you out of the house at the age of 15?
No, it wasn't 15.
16.
They threatened at
Could
that
you
age,
imagine
but-
living with him for 16 years?
16. Your parents.
It was older. It was not-
your
I did
parents
19 or
actually. Oh no! How old were you?
Yeah, I was
20.
20, but you know, for people who don't live in Toronto, it's an expensive city.
Yeah, they booted
I
you
wasn't
out
a
of the
bad
house.
kid. Listen to me, I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't do
My
anything.
parents-
His
Well,
parents were saints to put up
Even
with
when
that.
we were kids, we felt like our parents lived with us. Well, I used to. My parents were so poor. I used to get my dad allowance.
I love how you pretend you were that poor.
We're pretty poor.
There are actual
we
people out
lived
there
in
who are
public
poor.
housing. I lived in public housing.
That was pretty nice public housing.
Yeah, so we managed to. We're Jews. We managed to bamboozle a fucking. We lived in a castle, but it was a.
I mean, you lived
public
in
housing.
the most affluent area in Toronto, at least at the time.
Yeah. So what?
Well, I mean, that's
You ever hear about the Versailles troll?
how many
Some guy
many rooms were there in your house?
I don't know.
A
I was on
four-bedroom
drugs the whole
house?
time. Yeah, something like that.
I mean,
A 4-bedroom house. Okay, but
was
still.
was it even attached, or was it a detached house?
It was like 3,000 square feet detached, gorgeous castle on like a 1,600-foot ravine
Yeah,
with a
you're-
nice wooden bridge.
You're joking about everything
but
but
it
the
was
square
public
footage.
housing.
Was it 3,000 square feet?
No, I
that's
don't know.
probably what 2,000.
2,000, 2,500. Anyways, whatever.
This is
We
you
were
talking about
poor.
how poor you were.
Yeah,
It-
we couldn't afford to put caviar on our pheasants.
Good
Which
times
is
and
sad.
bad, you know? You made it.
I gotta
You
know
made it
what's
through.
going on with this show. It's
Anyway,
incredible.
the
and you know
random-
another thing, and people tell me, I'm hearing a lot of different things about the show. One, I think a lot of people are watching the show, which is very nice, and I love you all. I think that's incredible. Because the reality is, you know, get guests or get phone calls or do this or that. You know, we don't even know what we're doing. We're kind of.
Correct.
I don't even know how long I want to do this. I don't even know if I want to do a fucking radio show. Like, honestly, I like it and it's fun. It's down the street from my house, but it's really strange for me. And then all these comments and stuff. Jeff saying, "Oh, it has to be a topic show," and today he wants to talk about all topics.
Well, no, but
I'm like, I
yeah.
kind of like the fact that you know half the time I don't know shit and I
Free
can't say
play,
shit.
baby.
And I can instantly bust into the type of, you know, weird pornos that I see online or this or that. You know, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
No, I like that it's loosey-goosey and that it goes all over the place.
Yeah, you
But-
like it loosey-goosey.
Yeah, but sometimes people want you to. The one comment I get from the most frequently from the most people is just that they like you to focus on something. You
from
talk
the
and you're
people
gone.
in your $2 million house when you're having a barbecue in your theater room, right? Is that it? Oh, Jeff, I've listened to the radio show, and I really think you should focus on the topic.
There are people they're
Pish-posh.
fans who just send me comments,
Oh,
or I
yeah.
bump into somebody. Oh, I heard the radio show. You
have
know,
86
it's all
Twitter
over the place.
fans. How many Twitter
Well,
fans? Yeah.
I don't know.
You have no
I don't even
fans.
use it, so I.
They're my fans contacting
They're your fans
you.
contacting me with
Yeah.
that comment
Because they're
I'm
scared to
imagining
tell
that-
me to have a topic.
No, they're not asking for a topic. They just want you to take your time with it because you move on too fast. They don't even know what you talked about, and then it's done.
Well, take notes.
Like when you're talking about Bilderbergs or whatever, they don't know what that is. You talk about raid on Entebbe. They want to know what Entebbe was.
Okay, well, press pause. Go hit fucking Google. Hit play.
I'm not arguing. I'm just
Wiki
telling you,
it, bro.
passing on their comments.
What do you want me to do? What the fuck do you want me to do?
In
Educate
other shows,
the world, man?
that's what they do. In other shows, they set it up. They explain what it is.
Boring.
I'm just telling you what some people say. I don't even necessarily agree with them. What comments do you get from people?
That you suck and Brian's amazing.
There you go. So it's to show you. People don't know what they're talking about.
Correct.
Kenny, I caught you buying a burqa online.
I bought a burqa. I found a burqa place. It's $27.
You couldn't afford not to.
I actually,
$27 bucks? That's
Funny
it?
thing
I
is,
know, it made
sometimes
me want to get one too.
Sometimes I go out and people bug me and shit, and so I have a burqa already, which I stole.
He's
from
already got a burqa.
Kenny versus Spenny.
And you just ordered a second burqa.
Well, I have a burqa, but I don't have like the Taliban burqa with the blue one with that shitty veil thing over
eye
the
cover.
face. Because some people can recognize my eyes. I've walked down the street in a burqa and my shitty, no lace Converse, and people are like, "Hey, Kenny, man." Well, I have no idea how they can do that. I always thought it was really weird. I never thought I would be recognized. I never thought I had a recognizable face. I didn't understand it when we started with Kenny versus Spenny. I knew Spenny looks like, Jar Jar with, Ringo's hairdo. But I thought, God, no one's going to recognize me. And fuck, people recognize me. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, you've done a lot of hours of TV.
And the other thing, too, is which is really weird, is that, I always thought that once the show was over, I'm just going to disappear into total obscurity. But now, I think after Netflix, and now it's been so long since we last did the show, which actually, it's not that long. It finished in 2010 with a Christmas special that nobody saw. That they cut to shreds and everyone shat on me on it, even though I really liked it.
3 years ago.
Yeah, it was only 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like now we're even way more famous than we've ever been. It's so weird because usually it doesn't work that way, and I'm not sure what happened.
When are we doing season 7, Ken?
I'd like to. No one's going to
do
do that. I don't even think Spenny would do it at this point.
People always ask. Maybe a movie. That'd be great.
No, Spenny would suck fucking Godzilla's dick for a shiny nickel. He's probably so broke.
All right. Kenny, we went to Taco Bell. And
We did.
Really? What'd you get?
He got the beef burrito.
Diarrhea.
Taco Bell, it's not
diarrhea.
the greatest food in the world, but for $1, it is.
Yeah, listen, if it wasn't for Taco Bell, I had to pay for my own university. I went and I got student welfare, and I paid for my own university. It is a great story. Listen, I had OSAP. In Canada, you have OSAP, Ontario Student Assistance Program, because my parents couldn't afford for me to go to university. So I basically owed them about 15 G's, and I never paid a cent. And you can only do this if you've never paid for it. And I kept getting letters and throwing them out. Then it went to a collection agency. And the collection agency called me and they got me and they said, "Yo, it's like 25 grand and we're going to shut everything down." And I said, "Look, my uncle has paid for me. I'm moving to Miami and I'm going to go work in my uncle's scrap metal yard and I'm leaving and I will never ever see you again. I'm going to give you $7,500. Take it or leave it. And if you take it, you have to sign a non-liability claim, which says that this is the money you've decided to settle for this, and that's it. Fuck off." And so they went for it. I said, "Look, this is it. I'm leaving. This is it. Take it or leave it. You'll never hear from me again." So I go in there. I give him $7,500 as a weed dealer. I was rolling in dough back then. I must have been, I don't know, 22.
I love it that you even had the money.
I give the guy the cash. They give me a letter saying, "Okay, that's it. Your account is paid in full, and you know us nothing, and we can't claim anything against you." And then, about 2 years later, I get a call from the government, who said, "You owe us like $36,000." And I said, "No, I don't. I settled." And they said, "Fuck you." And I said, "Oh, yeah." And I faxed them the letter. And I never heard from them again.
That's it. You could have faxed yourself. You could have made up the letter. You didn't even have to pay the $7,500.
No, because I know it's an existing, shitty credit claim.
It's a good lesson for the kids.
But, it's the truth. You don't need to, I have a friend, and he's this huge tax lawyer for the Canadian government. And he said, you don't even need to pay your taxes. That there's so many people defrauding on taxes that they don't even persecute you anymore. They don't even have the infrastructure to fuck you if you don't pay taxes.
I don't believe that.
That's true.
You might get lucky and get away with it, but some people get.
Or you owe a couple
$100
grand and you pay it 60 or something. You settle. So it's
risky.
shitty. I don't know. Taxes are shitty. Even though, listen, I'm happy to be in Canada. I'm happy to pay taxes. I've made taxes that would make Stevie Wonder see. All right. I've seen shit.
All right. You've made a lot of money, and you're happy to be here, but you would never not pay your taxes. You're too afraid.
I'm a citizen.
Well, listen, I don't know what you're going on
You're
now,
in for the long haul, Ken?
He's in.
I don't want to. Listen, I was in Pittsburgh shooting Zach and Mary for 9 days. I spent like $11.12. Bottles of beer. You got a Guinness there. It's $1.50. You look at the menus. You get a cheese omelet for breakfast. It's $2.75. Here it's $11 fucking bucks. I don't. You can buy a Victorian mansion there for $60,000-$80,000. Here you can't even buy one. $2 million bucks.
No,
so I don't know why anyone. I also thought, why don't I just go move to Pittsburgh? It's cool. People are nice.
Three Rivers.
Fat girls, fat blonde girls.
Tons.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I'm trying to think about why the fuck do I live in this city?
Well, when we were at Taco Bell, you were talking about how we both had some tough times where we were having troubles making ends meet, and we ate a lot of Taco Bell during those years.
Yeah.
Combo force.
In university, Taco Bell saved me.
Yeah, I had some Chinese food from some very sketchy Chinese food places, but it was cheap as hell.
Yeah, and I don't know how homeless people are hungry. It's
yeah,
like,
why are they holding change?
You're holding. Do you have any change? Changey? And you're going, yeah. Well, you got $7 there, dude. That's like 4 boxes of the best food in the world from fucking Taco Bell, you dummy.
I don't know why
could
there's
feed a
even
family.
homeless people in Toronto. Walk south. What are you doing here?
Yeah,
that's what we always talk about.
Yeah.
Why, if you're homeless, go walk to fucking Florida.
You got time, man. Just take a
go
walk.
to Argentina.
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend who was homeless in
Bayou.
LA. They put you on a bus out of there. You can either go to
get
jail.
Caught, you just go hop a train, get into Mexico,
or rural Florida or
yeah,
something.
go to Costa Rica.
Yeah,
just pick
That'd be nice.
just steal fried chicken out of people's garbage cans and go. And there's weed everywhere. Coke's $5 a G. Go to Costa Rica.
No, I'll just freeze to death. That's good.
Yeah, like literally freeze to death. Because here it's like
They have mental
homeless
problems.
people are idiots.
Well, I guess that's why they're idiots, because they stay here.
No, they're not the most functional. If they were good decision makers, they probably wouldn't be.
Well, your
homeless.
parents made you homeless, didn't they?
They tried, but I think they counted on me having the resourcefulness to not actually live on the streets.
So you know what I would do now? Now I would take your parents and I would say, hey, you fucking losers. Now it's time for you to be homeless because you're not working. Is your mom working?
Yeah, she still works.
Is your dad working?
Shoes on the other foot.
Kind of.
Okay, well, either way, I boot them out of their house. I'm gonna hit the fucking road.
Time's up. Sorry, Ma.
Why don't you go to your mom and say, listen, Mom, you were a real fucking bitch.
Yeah, why don't you go
We
say that to
patched
your
it all
kid?
up. You know what? Because she was, when I was living in her house, she was one of those parents, when you're living in my house, under my roof, these are the rules. But as soon as I was gone, she didn't tell me what the rules were
So
anymore,
she was living, it was your house even though your dad paid for everything. Your dad was a doctor.
Well, I think he
and
was.
your mom had no job, didn't pay for a thing, and all of a sudden it's her house.
Well,
right?
Yeah, her job was to.
Her job was to pretend that everything that your dad gave her was hers.
See, it's so weird. Listen, I don't agree with the things that my parents did, but it's funny that I have to defend that they were trying to do what was best for us. Like that in her mind was she needed to teach me certain lessons that I don't think she needed to teach me.
No, she
But your parents, okay, you could have stabbed somebody in the neck and they would.
I did.
And what did they say?
Shiv.
I know, they didn't find out. The guy died. Anyways, they had no cell phones.
Did you ever get in trouble? Do you remember an instance of getting in trouble? Oh, Kenny, because you did
once
this.
I was smoking weed under the house. I was with some friends. I swear to God, I must have gone through like 2 ounces of weed. And my mom came down and freaked out at me. But then when I came upstairs, the entire house looked like, Spicoli's van, like Bob Marley's bathroom. Like I couldn't. The
didn't
whole
know how smoke
house
rises.
was filled with smoke. I didn't realize we were down there smoking so much weed for so long. No, I don't really smoke weed.
Okay, then what was the punishment? And
Weed's
then,
changed,
Kenny,
man.
she yelled at you, and then what happened?
Get out! Get out! You go out, you grab a bag of Doritos, a fucking Mr. Freeze, come back, watch
It's all done.
watch some fucking Judge Judy, and you're cool, bro.
Water under the bridge.
Next thing you know, she's cooking you up a pail of zoodles.
Oh, God. I saved
Because
up.
she's a nice lady that loved
That's
us.
the
She must have
difference,
fucking time.
Jeff.
wasn't a fucking cunt like your fucking shit.
Well, I hope my parents don't listen to this.
Does your mom like to be right, Jeff?
No, she's actually very good at apologizing.
Here's a question for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Is this show on iTunes yet?
Yeah, well, I was ready for the iTunes follow-up.
Okay,
I know you know the answer to that.
It's only been a week.
It's only been a week. The problem is that my friend that Jeff keeps calling because he doesn't have the ability just to figure it out himself to read the instructions. I don't think that's quite the story.
Yeah. So the responsibility is on you,
Should I get
Jeff.
to the real story?
Yeah, get the real story.
Okay, so first of all, Kenny has an iTunes guru guy who's a very busy person. I'm sure this isn't his top priority, but I have to go through him. So I'm waiting for him for stuff. I do have to.
No,
I
because
also
he
had to
can
go
just
through
give you
your iTunes account, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't. You could have opened. I told you to open a new one.
Well, I was first. You told me to put it on yours, but I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Why couldn't I get into it?
Well, you said, what's my username? I gave you my username. He said, what's my password? Oh,
it didn't work.
Because my username has to have my email address.
Give me the wrong username.
No, I didn't. I gave you the right username. You didn't put it in correctly.
Any head of iTunes knows that, Jeff.
Yeah, anybody knows that. And secondly, I told you to open a new account, which you never did.
I did, and then I said, "Do you want me to use it or not?"
No, you wanted
when
to.
I opened up the new account, that I realized you gave me the wrong user
own account, and I said, "Fine, but we need the password."
I was going to because yours wasn't working.
Yeah, so we need the password.
You didn't know your own user ID. It's all right.
Open a
it's
Kenny
not your fault.
Hotz
You're not an iTunes
Open a
expert.
Kenny Hotz radio on iTunes. Like who fucking
cares?
I'm
waiting for Kenny's
so that's
computer guy who does it.
Just do it. There's instructions on there. It's very.
I'm ready to go. I've done everything I need to do.
Go on Google. How do I open a podcast?
No, I've uploaded it to the site that controls your website.
Yeah, okay, so
because
you
it
have
needs
the
to be on your
passwords
website.
for that.
No, I don't. I don't have it. Your computer guy has it.
No, you have the.
I'm waiting for him.
FTP info. You can start your own feed.
I'll tell you what. I'll put a chain of all the emails that have gone on the. I'll post it if you want.
Why don't you just learn how to do it like everybody else?
Because it's not a matter of learning. Learning how to do something doesn't tell me what your user ID is. And it doesn't tell me what Adam's passwords are for his website.
If you know how stupid some of the people that have podcasts are, if they can figure it out, go do it.
I know everybody. As soon as this was my thing,
Stop
I've been getting inundated with people like, "Oh, it's easy. I'll help you do it." I'm like, I've got to wait for his computer guy.
So instead of it not being your fault, just say, "Hey, there's a lot of stuff to do. I'm working on it. It'll happen soon."
But you're making it as though it's my fault.
No, I'm not. I didn't say anything.
No, it's not my fault. I'm waiting on other people.
Listen, you're the guy that wants to do it. Go do it. What are you yelling at me for?
No, I'm not yelling at you. You were yelling at me. I'm defending myself.
To do it. Don't call me about it. Just do it.
I needed your password.
You don't need. No, you don't. You can open your.
You told me put it on my account.
No, I said I need the passwords for it.
Here.
You said, yeah, okay, put on my account.
It's taken you a week to realize that you can't log into iTunes?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, things have to get uploaded.
I didn't know that you have to put in the email address.
You didn't know. You're making fun of me for not knowing that?
You're the person that needs to know it. You're
What's
the guy
your
doing
user
the
ID?
iTunes account.
You gave it to me.
What's your user ID? What's your user ID?
Yeah, you want me to tell everybody? Should I give everyone my password too?
Is it the email address?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so then when I said my user ID is Kenny Hotz, why didn't you just put in the email address with the idiot?
Now everybody knows
you knew. So what? Oh, my email's Kenny Hotz at that fucking Kenny at KennyHotz.com. That's my email address. Email away. I don't care. Send me pictures of your fucking dad in the shower. But whatever. If you knew you had to put in your email address, why didn't you just put in my email address?
I was putting it. Okay.
Answer the question.
I asked for your user ID. You gave me your user ID and password. I responded, doesn't work.
But you knew I had to put in the email. But you just said
I said log into another computer.
You said you put in the email address.
Then I realized that you have to put in an email, but it took me a day.
No one wants to listen to you. How you can't access iTunes.
Why can't you pick up a phone? Just call him. He's your friend.
No, I can't speak of that.
Yeah, you are.
But you had a transaction with Amanda that made you upset that you said you wanted to talk about with her iPad.
Well,
now her iPad was
first of all, his wife's like a chimp.
Did you fall down last night?
Chimp or chimp?
No, she usually walks around. They usually put diapers on her. She got those pull-up things, right? Because they're like those diapers, pull-me-ups. What are those things called?
Pull-ups.
She's a big girl now.
But she chews like the. They don't use safety pins on it because she usually chews the pins and hurts her mouth.
It's not safe.
And now it's got this sticky thing which she chews through, and she's walking around shitting everywhere. So I get upset about that because I don't like her in my house.
Everybody's got issues.
What do you mean? What's she doing in my house? I
didn't give her permission to go there.
My niece had a birthday party. Everyone was riding her. She's tied up, walking in a circle.
Brian brought up the iTunes thing, but Brian, you didn't even bring cameras today.
I brought a camera.
You're both idiots.
Yes, that's why you enjoy working with us, because we're fun.
I love how you relished for the iTunes.
Okay, this is terrible.
It's a bad one.
Yeah,
it's
you're
a bad
ruining
one.
the show. No one wants to.
I didn't bring it up.
They want me to yell at you, but nobody wants to listen to you.
Okay,
they just want me to abuse you.
Well, they should know why I'm being abused. Matt Stone gave you tickets to Book of Mormon. You wanted me to mention it, even though everyone is sick of you mentioning Matt Stone. When are you going to stop mentioning Matt?
How do you know Matt Stone?
Is this some way for you to think you can get me back?
No, you wanted to talk about. What do you want to talk about? Book of Mormon. You had some Book of Mormon stories.
It wasn't on my list.
I am going to Book of Mormon, and they gave me tickets. That's nice. It's my birthday. They gave me a birthday present.
All right.
Okay. Anything else? What else? See, he's trying to get people to hate me. It's not going to work. I'm a nice guy.
It's on my notes. You wanted to talk about that. All right.
Are you guys friends? I thought you guys were friends.
I love you, Kenny. I really
Wow,
do.
here we
He's
go.
nice.
You're just
I'm not. Oh, last week he called me a bully. I don't know why I'm a bully.
iTunes is a really
That's where you
touchy
go.
subject.
That's the place you go
No,
to when something
you
doesn't
always
go
have
your
to
way.
be right, that's when you're a bully. When you can't apologize,
That's
when
what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
be wrong,
Well,
that's when
that's
you're
what
a
I
bully.
mean.
I always say I'm wrong. I always apologize.
Yeah. Okay.
I do.
You sent me the wrong user ID and the wrong password, and it's my fault.
That's what I thought it was. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm
there
sorry.
you go. That's all you had to say.
But you
sorry,
knew
my bad.
you have to put in
my
an
bad.
One
Saying
second.
you didn't know
you
it.
knew you had to put in an email address, and
I
you didn't put
know
it in.
that. I knew that later.
So it takes 1 second
That's
to
when
try
I realized
it.
what your mistake. It doesn't take. It's not that I didn't want to try it. I've been trying. I was sitting there trying a million things.
I'm trying a million things except my email address.
Yeah, trying all different variations of what you sent me.
Why would you do that? It's simple. Putting
It doesn't say what's your email address. It says what's your user ID. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it works for you or what you
ask
set
me
up.
again.
I asked you. There's 3 back and forth, and then I said.
Well, I was later
when I
in the
said
day.
try going on a different computer. Did you?
Nobody cares.
Well,
Realistically
no, you
speaking,
brought it back up.
when
Then I
the
won't
show
admit
is
that I'm
on
wrong.
iTunes,
Yeah,
everybody wants to know.
that's why I say you won't admit that you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. You're the one who won't admit that you're wrong, and then you did
are
admit
wrong.
it.
Anyone who admits that they're not wrong is wrong. Say, hey, you know what? I should have put in your email address. I didn't get a hold of you.
I should have put. I didn't know to put it in. You're the one who should have said, "Oh, I should have sent you my email address. I sent you something that was wrong."
I sent you my name.
My bad.
They go, what's your name? I
I'm
said,
sorry.
Kenny.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. I only wasted a little bit of time.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not.
So I don't know why you're so upset about it.
I don't know
and
why
then
you would
he
admit
sends me
that
this
you
angry
made a mistake.
email. Wrong password, idiot. And you know
that's what
Because
you would
he's
say.
so mad and scared about he's about not, and he admitted this earlier. He's so scared that the fans are going to hate him or that he's on this
Not
iTunes
that
clock.
you're egging that you were going to bring it up, but I was right. Turns out I was
I
right.
didn't.
You attacked me
no,
today
he didn't.
about it.
No, he did.
I was just wondering.
He asked what
I'm
the status
interested.
was, then you went on the
No,
attack.
he saw that.
Tell me
He
what's
saw that.
wrong
No,
with
I
it.
didn't. I
Well,
never said
you're
that.
putting me in the position to say, well, somebody sent me the wrong
I never
user
said
ID.
that. No, but I said, that's the last thing I'm going to say. I said, just all you have to do is open a new account.
Moving on.
Correct.
Moving and
Just
grooving.
like
Moving on.
now.
How about the population? It's really scaring you. There's the declining birth
I mean,
rates in
what's
certain
the
areas.
deal with all these people?
So bad. How far in are we? You've ruined the show.
It's
You've ruined the show.
I've tried to move on so many times. You don't want to do it. Earth is ruined, Kenny.
This
What
is
do you feel about
terrible.
that?
No, you've blown my chi. That's it. I was going to talk about some really incredible things. I had some really good things to talk about, how shitty the world is and how we're totally fucked, and the island the size of Texas floating around, and how
But they built
we're
that
all going to
robot.
fucking die,
They built
and
that
there's no
robot.
stopping pollution. And if we had a Wally robot that cleaned shit up, but now look, Jeff put me in a terrible mood. Jeff ruined my ability to entertain you. He did that. Now I'm here, and I care about this because I love you all so much, and I try so hard to make you laugh. And he has ruined my ability to make you laugh and to entertain you. He's made this shit.
Do I get
Not
points
me.
for at least coming up with a camera when Brian forgot to bring any?
He's made it shit. I'm the person that told him to bring
No,
a camera.
I didn't.
got the camera.
Matt, I got the
you
camera.
had nothing to do with it.
What? Excuse me, Bri High.
I only got one camera because Matt is in Nepal right now, or a normal shooter.
Who
so
got
we're
the
down
other
some
camera
cameras.
for this
Me.
show?
I said call
You
Matt
did.
King. He'll have him.
Well, first of all, I got our wonderful Tyler, our camera guy. I had him bring
Tyler, by the
a
way, new
second
camera guy.
as well, and I called, and I'm the
we
guy.
both saved the day. That's true. Okay, Tyler did end up.
Who saved the
but we
day,
didn't know at
Brian?
the end.
It wasn't Brian, that's for sure.
Who was it?
All right, listen.
I'd say Matt saved the day.
Wait, who got the camera? Me or Kessel?
There's 3 cameras. We have an extra camera, so we
Actually,
both
what
got
happened?
one.
Jeff suggested to call Matt, and you called Matt. So literally,
But
you got it.
who actually realized that we don't have a camera for today?
Well, that was you.
But
You
that was
said,
my
hey,
fuck up that we didn't have it.
But who realized it? And I did. Okay.
You did.
Thank you. So I'm the person that realized there was a problem.
That's true.
And all you
I
said,
wouldn't even thought to ask.
Of all the
hey,
fuck
do we
ups in
have
this
all
room,
the
you're the
cameras that
least
we always
fuck
have.
up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff, why don't you talk now? You go in. You go do a little monologue right now. Let's see what you got.
Well, it's interesting. I don't usually prepare my stuff. I usually feed you your
I
stuff.
hate that most people,
what
if you
can
put
we-
him on the spot now, he loves this. Most people will be like, I got nothing.
Oh, and you're saying that I'm going to...
You're
I can't
gonna
say
have
nothing.
something.
What do you
Go
want? You're going
ahead,
to
go
have
ahead.
silence. Well, I'd like to talk about something that was bothering you, and you sent me an email about your rant that you went on that people didn't respond to. Kenny, you were talking about, and you touched on it earlier, about Saudi Arabia and the stewardess being kicked off or trying to get kicked off. And we're talking about how the world, how people are talking about how America is so shitty. And they're whining all over our YouTube, and it's been bothering me, Kenny, because I feel like your rant was a good rant, and America, although it's not perfect, is so much better than so many other places. We had a basketball player come out as being gay.
What does that have to do with America?
Because you know how many other countries, if you come out as being gay, what happens to you? That's what we're talking about. Iran is close to getting a nuclear bomb, according to Israel. They say this summer they could have one. And
Summer blockbuster.
Can you imagine being a woman, being a gay person, being, anything that's just being Christian in Iran? And people are comparing America to Iran and saying that Iran is, a little bit better. And that makes me crazy. That's why I liked your rant.
But you see that? But then who cares about what people say? Like,
You're
who gives a
making me
fuck?
crazy, bro.
Well, you do,
I don't
because
know
then
why
when you
people-
comment on them, like,
Well, I comment them because it's called engagement, and I
Yeah.
like to talk to these people, and then they make an effort to try and contact me, so I contact them back. That's why I do it.
Yeah, but you can
I don't
engage them and
care
say, yeah,
what
you're
about they
an
say.
idiot.
I'm not going to write back and say you're an idiot because
Alex
that's
Jones.
not me. That's not me.
No, I know. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying I don't care what people
But people
say.
say we're fucking, born from pigs and dogs, and
Being Jews, you mean?
We
yeah.
are? Oh, you are.
Not you,
Yeah.
Bryce.
We
Oh,
are.
thank God.
Personality.
I'm not Jewish.
He can't stomach it. When we were fighting the other day, now I think he's getting more amused. I thought he was going to cry. I literally.
You would never see my tears. I would hide my tears.
Yeah,
You
but
wouldn't- you
I
wouldn't know.
felt like he
Listen,
was
the
chuckling
reality is, when I want to go do this show, I like to be in a really happy, good mood.
I think those are better shows.
So yeah, I think those are better shows. So when you
And listen, your fans.
But
I
one
wonder
second,
if anyone's going to rag on me in the YouTube
one second,
comments
so
this week.
when somebody puts me in a bad mood, I think it's damaging to the process. So I don't like it. So if this is the rag show, great, it's the rag show. But try not to argue with me.
Okay, deal.
Before we go and do a show, because I'm trying to entertain people.
Okay,
That's
deal.
it. It's very
By the way,
simple.
for the
and you know,
record,
I don't know. And you want to know something? I don't know if you've listened to Howard Stern, the biggest fucking DJ in the world.
Love him.
Half of his fucking show, 90% of his fucking show is all arguing.
Well, so then
All
maybe it's a good
super
thing.
fighting. That's it.
All right, so then
And
maybe
some
I
people
should
are
start more
asking for
fights.
fighting. But listen, I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be professional. No, I'm not fucking professional. I'm just a normal fucking person.
Well, me
I may
too,
be a little
so
weird, so
that's
I'm not
fine.
going to pretend to, hey, Italians don't like to make pizza anymore in Italy when I'm mad and I want to talk about shit. I want to get
All
this
right.
fucking thing
I'm not
over
saying, but
with.
just don't say that
Okay,
I'm the
so
guy
I'm not
who
gonna be some
cares.
plastic bullshit fucking loser DJ who's not talking about shit because I don't care. That's not my fucking job. My job's not to bullshit people, not to be some fucking, shitty fucking DJ that just talks about garbage.
You're
no,
real. You're the real
I'm
deal. I
real,
agree.
and that's it. You don't like it? Fuck
No,
off.
I think that's the best way to be. I actually don't think these episodes are that bad, except that it went on for so long. Let's listen to Brian's
clear the
minute.
air.
That's the best way out of this.
Guys, it's
That's
a big
It's even worse than our argument. But anyways, go on.
Guys, it's a big minute this week.
It's time to play Brian's Minute's favorite game. What's that sound? It's time to reveal the sound that was made last week during Brian's Minute. The sound was me, Brian, opening up my Tron DVD case. Original Tron. Not the new one. Not the new 3D version. Original Tron DVD case. Fortunately for someone, they got the answer, and we will now call them to let them know the good news. They've won $25,000. So it's very exciting. Let's get them on the line.
God, I hope they're there to receive the money.
Is this a minute?
Should have answered your phone. Sorry.
Why is that 25 G's?
Lost, just like that. Slipped through your fingertips.
Oh, God, that's too bad. Kenny, maybe should we hug it out? What do you think?
Wow, an embrace.
No, I told you not to talk about it, and Brian brought it up, and I told you
I was
guys
just
not to
wondering.
talk. I told you guys not to talk about it, and you didn't listen to me.
People want to know.
I mean, listen, it was inevitable.
It's
but
not a big
I didn't,
deal.
I wouldn't have
I
brought
didn't
it
think it was
up.
gonna be half an
I
hour.
wouldn't
Everyone's
have brought it
fighting
up,
about
but-
not getting into some stupid, shitty account for some corporate pieces of
People
shit.
love
Who gives a
iTunes.
fuck? Who gives a fuck? And if you know what, if you can't figure out how to get into an iTunes account, who fucking cares? The shit that you are stressing yourself out about, who cares if it even is on iTunes?
Because I want to make you happy. I thought that you'd
That's
care.
not what makes
I
me
blew
happy.
it.
I don't fucking care. I don't care. I think people are listening to it on YouTube.
All right.
The thing is, the reason why we're doing this is because it's enjoyable, and we want to talk about shit. And I want to be funny. I had all this shit I was going to talk about.
We can talk about it another time.
Listen, I had so much wonderful shit to talk about, and the whole thing's about why you're mad at me because I didn't give you the right password for
I wasn't
my
even mad
iTunes
at you.
account.
You were
Just
I
whatever.
Was
That's it.
frustrated,
That's it. You're
but-
frustrated.
yeah, okay.
Why would you get frustrated
Well,
about
because
something
I'm
like
trying
that?
to. You want me to do something?
Wait a day. Wait till you see me.
All right.
It's on. What's the emergency?
Well, it wasn't-
Relax. It's okay. It's already been 16 weeks of things not on there.
All
you
right.
can't wait an extra day or two.
It's really
Important?
helping. I thought it would be
Is
great.
that really that important? Is that what your life is about? Is like,
Well, no, but I thought
who
it'd be great.
cares? Who gives a fuck?
Well,
Really?
I
Is
thought
that
you.
worth ruining?
I do.
Is that worth ruining a friendship over?
No, I didn't think it was ruining our friendship. I didn't do anything that.
Is it
You're,
really-
you're
is it
reacting
worth-
very strongly, but it wasn't like I ever
Is
went on
is
some
because
tirade. I
you know
just
what?
said,
I
"Oh,
want my
wrong
life
password."
I want my life to be simple.
Yeah.
I think all of us, you know what? There's so many shitty people and assholes and shit and corn syrup and fucking scumbags and rats and just cockroaches in the world that we need to stick to the people we love and really embrace that we're all here. All of our friends are here to make our lives easier and better, to be supportive, and to not cause fucking shit and stress. And that's it. And I'm making a fucking pledge that anything in my life that is shit, that stinks, that is fucking garbage, I am going to throw out. That's it.
Cutting
And
it
I don't
out.
care. It's probably my fault, but you know what? You don't date somebody. Let me tell you about a relationship. The best types of relationships to have are the ones where you can be selfish, because if you're selfish in your relationship and the other person loves you and can be a part of that, well, I'd say I like kung fu movies. I only want to watch kung fu movies. Find someone who likes kung fu movies. Find someone who likes to go for dim sum on Sunday mornings. If you can be selfish about a relationship and your partner has those exact same feelings and elements to their own personality, great. That's it. Be happy, love each other,
Very nice.
wipe the fucking shit off your shoe. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to try and be happy from now on. And don't piss me off, Kessler. You're fucking dangling by a thread.
Fuck the Bruins. Go Leafs.
Go Leafs, go! Thank you, everybody. I hope you learned something from today's show.